Do you have a desire on your heart, something that you feel the Lord has placed on your heart to do, or to some kind of an impact that you want to leave, some kind of legacy that you want to leave? For me, you know what? From the time that I was young, I was the oldest sibling of 4 kids with a single mom. And there was many times that my mom struggled a lot to provide for us, not by any fault of her own, just because of circumstance. And I remember one particularly hard time when we had nothing, and I'd asked my mom, what are we supposed to eat? And for the very first time, she said, I do not know. And I remember feeling the fear, feeling absolute fear. Like, when are we going to know what we're going to eat? When are we going to eat? And it was a few days later, this beautiful couple from a church that went to a church close to our house. We didn't even go to the church, actually. And they came and they delivered us a whole bunch of food. And I just remember all of us kids are just, diving in, digging in, eating. And I didn't realize it then, and I didn't realize it for many years after, but those people changed my life. The act of generosity that they did that day put me on a new course, gave me a new vision. And so after getting myself to college, and I happened to be retelling this story to college friends, and I just broke down, like I just lost it, because I'm thinking, them, it was those people. That's the reason I'm here going to college as the first one in my family to go to college. And when I went home to tell my mom, like, I need to talk to those people, and she informed me that they had died, like, who knows how long before that. But it was because of them that I changed. It was because of them that I pushed through to go to college, right? And so that ever since then, I've sort of had this desire to make an impact, because that wasn't the only time in my life that something like that happened. But that was the first time, and that was the most significant time. But when for me, I have always wanted to be able to one that could, be the anonymous giver, the one that could just, if someone needs a new car, a new car shows up on their driveway. They don't know where it came from. They don't know how they got there. Someone wants to go away to school, but they don't have the money. And all of a sudden the money just shows up there for them to go, or the tuition gets paid, or whatever the case may be. Like, that's my thing. I don't need any accolades. I don't need any fame or fortune. I don't need any of that stuff. But what I want, and what I feel like God has put on my heart, is to be that mission-driven impact maker, to be the one that can make these dreams come true for other people without them knowing that it was me. So that is where this podcast has come to. It didn't start here necessarily. And if you go back to some of my older episodes, you're going to see that I wasn't really sure what God was telling me to do. He'd given me the name Building Impact Makers a few years ago, but I wasn't really sure what I was supposed to do with it. And it's taken it's taken this whole year basically of me with this podcast, just speaking, going in the direction that I think I'm supposed to go in, until it all became relevant to me and really clear to me. One day, actually, when I was doing dishes, I was just like, oh my goodness, that's my story. That's the thing, is to help other people have the money to make the impact. Because sometimes we want to give, or we want to go, and we want to help, but we either don't have the time or we don't have the money. And so that's where this whole idea of building impact makers has stemmed from, I believe, is that desire to go and be the hands and feet of Jesus. But having the time and location freedom to do so, as well as the bank account that works with that kind of a lifestyle, that kind of a missionaries type stuff. And so what exactly is a mission-driven impact maker? A mission-driven impact maker is a new breed of entrepreneur, a self-funded missionary who is free to go wherever and whenever called. A mission-driven impact maker jumps in faith first to build an online business that allows them to have time and location freedom. This impact maker no longer needs to get permission from a boss or a bank account to make a difference. And this impact ripples out from persistent and consistent action. And an impact maker is passionate, compassionate, bold, and beyond excuses. Mission-driven impact makers are confident in God's promises and ready to be used to change hearts for His glory. So if that's you, my friend, and if this lights you up, then I pray that you just jump in and come join me on this prosperous journey. Let's make an impact, my friend. Let's make an impact. I'll see you on the next episode. Take care and God bless.